Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I hope you're all keeping well and having a really good week. And thanks for clicking on my video today. I really do appreciate it. So as you can see from the title, it is another weekly weigh-in video on my Mounjaro maintenance journey. Before we begin, I just want to say thank you to all of you who took the time to watch last week's video and also comment on it. Lots of you seem really happy to see my weigh-in videos back, so I'm really pleased. But if you're new, welcome. I'm Marcea. I live in Scotland. I've lived here since sort of end of March, beginning of April. I have been on a weight loss journey since, well, for ages, but I started Mounjaro in May 2024. I reached my goal weight in February this year and I've been maintaining ever since. And things have been going really well. I've been on Mounjaro the whole time, and up until last week, I'd been maintaining since May on 5 milligrams, and last week I have decided to increase my maintenance dose in a bid to just lose a few more pounds and just sort of get down to the bottom end of like where I want to be. So yeah, but my weight has been stabilized really nicely over the last few months. So do check out all my other videos if you're interested in that. But just welcome back. A few of you had said that you were really pleased to see like my Mounjaro videos back. By that, I'm assuming you maybe mean like these weigh-in videos, because I have been here like filming my daily vlogs where I still share every single thing that I eat. And so hopefully that's kind of giving you an idea of what my maintenance journey is looking like. But as well, like in my daily vlogs, I do sort of just chit chat about all sort of general life things, from what I'm up to, what I'm doing, how I'm feeling and everything. So for me, that's kind of like, it's all part of my maintenance journey. You know, it's just about my day-to-day life now that I have lost my weight and I'm in a much happier place, and just about developing new relationships with food. So hopefully if you are new, you will stick around, consider subscribing. If you enjoy my videos, please do give me a thumbs up. It helps my videos and my channel massively. It just helps it get discovered by other people who are maybe interested in sort of similar topics like weight loss, GLP-1s, etc. Consider subscribing. It's free. There's a little button just down there. And by all means, leave a comment. Let me know how your week has been, where you're up to and everything in your journey. So yeah, this week is week 73. Can you believe that? And it is my maintenance week 35. Absolutely mad. And it is my first weigh-in since my increased maintenance dose. So yeah, first time I've gone up a dose in my maintenance rather than going down and working back through them. So I've got a couple of bits of info here which I can let you know. I'll pop a few photos in and things of where I started off and whatever. But yeah, I'm 54. I'm 5'5" for reference, which is 165 centimetres. My starting weight, I've got everything here. So I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. So my starting weight on the 21st of May 2024, I was 13 stone, 12.8 pounds, which is 194.8 pounds, 88.36 kilos, and my BMI was 32.4. I've only ever used MedExpress as my provider. I've been happy with them and I've just stayed with them throughout my whole weight loss journey. A few of you have actually commented about whether I can still, like, how are you still able to get Mounjaro if you're a healthy weight? So it is because I am not starting my weight loss journey now. I'm on an existing weight loss journey. I'm in the maintenance phase. And so because it's seen me through that whole thing, I can stay on Mounjaro even though I've got a healthy BMI. If I was just beginning now at the way I am and thought, oh, I just want to lose a few pounds, I wouldn't be eligible to sort of start a GLP-1. So yeah, because I'm on an existing weight loss journey, I'm able to stay on it. A few people have also said, oh, can't you only stay on it for 2 years? No, the rules for Mounjaro are that it can be a lifelong drug. I think Wegovy had a license originally for 2 years. So it's just about making sure that your provider is happy to continue prescribing for you, but it is part of the drug license that you can remain on it. And then different providers will have different cut-offs on the BMI. MedExpress will only take you down currently to 23.5 BMI. I've never been below that, so it's never been an issue, but other providers will take you lower. And another Ushk is one, I think last time I looked, they would go down to BMI of 19, which is really low, but I suppose depending on your age, your physique, all these other things, you know, that's very much, you know, what it is for me. I think 19 would be far too low. But just to let you know that if you were getting like a BMI of 22.5, which is still a really nice healthy weight, isn't it? You're bang in the middle of your BMI. If MedExpress won't provide for you, then there will be other providers where you could switch over. And as long as you've not had like massive gaps in your journey, it should be fairly straightforward to switch over provider to provider. Or if you decide to switch from Mounjaro to Wegovy because of costing things, as long as you've not had massive breaks, that should be really straightforward, whether that's with your existing provider or switching provider. So yeah, hopefully that just answers a few questions, because there was quite a few people that commented on that on my last video and in like the last few sort of things I've done. So I thought I'd just mention that if there's anything you're not sure about, by all means just ask any questions at all and I'll do my best to answer you. And if I don't answer you personally in there, if there's a lot of you are asking the same question, I'll certainly discuss it like in my weekly updates. So yeah, hopefully that'll be useful. So yeah, my journey's been really successful. It was a very slow and steady journey, just about healthy weight loss, no massive numbers, just chipping away, and I was really happy with how it all went. And yeah, just so you know, I had 1 pen at 2.5 milligrams, 2 pens, sorry, 1 pen at 2.5, 1 pen at 5, then I had 3 pens at 7.5, and then 3 pens at 10 milligrams, 1 at 12.5. And I started working back down my doses, and I had 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks at 10, and then 2 weeks at, 2 pens on 10 milligrams, then back down 1 pen on 7.5. Then I've been on 5 milligrams since May up until last week, when I've increased my dose back to 7.5. So before we get into my weight this week, just have a little chat about how that's been, you know, what my week's been like, what it's been like moving up dose, because it's been so long since I've gone up a dose. And then has that affected my appetite or anything like that, or have I had any side effects, and have I had anything that could maybe impact on my weight? So as far as like moving up dose, no, I've not really noticed any difference this week moving up to 7.5 milligrams, if I'm honest. So it's just felt exactly the same as what it did when I was on 5. Although that can sometimes happen in the first week or two when you first move up a dose, and then it can often be a cumulative effect. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. So that was that. Side effects, nothing really at all that I could think of. Anything that could have impacted on my weight this week? Well, we went to London on Friday and came back Sunday night. So we've had sort of 3 days away from home, sort of lots like fast food, eating in pubs, like pub meals, alcohol. So all that's like very different compared to what it would normally be. So obviously that's got a bit of an impact. But other than that, I think really, actually, I had a bit of a funny tummy on Sunday morning when we were in London at the hotel and things. However, I'd had quite a bit more alcohol than what I'd normally have the day before, and obviously I'd been eating a lot of different things. So whether it was from the increased dose of Mounjaro or like the food and alcohol, more likely food and alcohol. So I took some Imodium instants, which work a treat. So there's always that like the knock-on effect after that, about whether you then become a little bit bunged up after taking like an anti-diarrhea medication. So yeah, we talk poo, we talk all real sort of side effects and everything here, but I've had no nausea, nothing like I never get nausea anyway, no vomiting, nothing at all. Everything's just been a-okay. Appetites felt the same as normal. I haven't noticed increased suppression or anything with my higher dose this week. Okay, so what we'll do, if you're new here, I normally just share my splits. I do a split screen and I share the what I'm looking at. I use RENPHO scales to get weighed on. It has Bluetooth connectivity to an app on my phone, and then it just sort of gives me loads of little facts and figures about my weight and body composition. A lot of them are just kind of they'd be quite sort of general. I think it's like a best guess. It's not terribly accurate, but it's a trend, and it gives me lets me look at trends of how my weight loss is going. So yeah, I'll share that with you here. And I think that's about it. Yeah, is that everything I'm going to say? Yeah. If you want to know which scales I use, they are linked in the description box down below. So last week I weighed in at 10 stone, 10.4 pounds, which was 150.4 pounds, 68.22 kilograms. My BMI last week was 25.1, so I was just a little bit sad because my BMI just tipped up into like the overweight category. So obviously I was wanting to bring it back down under 25, and then I'm just sort of wanting to just chip away maybe about half a pound a week over the next sort of few months, just sort of seeing how I get on. So let me just start this screen recording now, and then you can look at what I'm looking at. Okay, so there we go. So this week, week 73, maintenance week 35, first week on my increased dose of 7.5 milligrams. I got on the scales. Actually, I weighed in today, so I'm a day late weighing in. But I now weigh 10 stone, 9.5 pounds, which is 149.5 pounds, 67.812 kilos, which means I am down 0.9 pounds this week. So I am really, really happy, because if you remember from last week's video, I've been sat like around about the 1010s for ages. So the fact that I am now just below that, I'm in the 10 stone 9s, I'm really happy. But also my BMI is now 24.9, so I'm back inside a healthy BMI, and that means I've lost a total of 45.3 pounds. I would like to get that back up to the 50 pounds, which is where I was at my lowest weight. So let's just see if we can get like an extra sort of 4.5, 5 pounds off just now. Try and get that done before Christmas if we can. But yeah, I am 0.9 pounds down. So that's my little diary book down. I've got my iPad here, so I'm looking at my app, and let's have a little look through this. So I've compared this to last week's weigh-in, so we can have a little look and see how that has all changed. So as you can see there, my weight has gone down by 0.9 of a pound. BMI has gone down by 0.2. Body fat, it says, has gone up a fraction, as has my subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat's the same. Muscle mass is the same. Skeletal muscle is down fractionally. Interesting, my hydration has gone down a bit. That's probably all that alcohol over the weekend. Basal metabolic rate has gone down 7 calories, which you kind of expect if you've lost a bit of weight. Metabolic age is the same. Protein's the same. Everything else is the same there. Now, if you keep on scrolling down, you can see here it says view comparison report. So if you click that, it will bring up, you can choose what date you want to look at. So you can see there, this is just from last week's weigh-in. It's just got it all there in a table. So it's just a little bit clearer sometimes to understand and have a little look at. So that is just quite handy. And if you just come back there, but you can change that to anything. So if I want to have a little look at when I first started using these scales, I started using these scales 2 weeks into my weight loss journey. So I can pick a specific date. I can scroll back to I think it was June, if I remember correctly. So we can go back to last June. I show you this because lots of people don't always realise all the functions that you can get on the scales and on the app. And my first weigh-in with these scales was on June the 4th. I started my journey on May the 21st, so yeah, a couple of weeks had gone by. So if I click that, and then I can tick it there. So now you can see it's comparing to 2 weeks into my journey. So if we get the little table up, from then until now, you can see that I'm down 2 stone, 9.5 pounds. And my BMI has gone down 6.3. Body fat's gone down 4.8%. Subcutaneous fat has gone down 3.2%. Visceral fat is down 6. Muscle mass is down. Skeletal muscle though is up. Body water, my hydration levels are up. Basal metabolic rate, I don't think it's changed too badly considering I've lost all that weight, 147 calories. Metabolic age has improved by 3. My protein's improved, fat-free mass is down, bone mass is down fractionally. So yeah, that's just another little tool that you can use there. Another thing that I like to do is just to sort of see like today's data. If you have a little look on the body composition, if you click the little right arrow here, and then it brings it up and we can see where that is on a little sliding chart. So if I look at the weight, you can see there, you've kind of got like your traffic light system. So last week my weight and that was just in the amber on the slightly high. I'm back now in the average, which is really good, back in the green. So yeah, my weight is fine there. BMI just kind of replicates that, and that is also now inside the green. Body fat is always high. It's got me up there. I don't think there's much I can do about that at the moment. Subcutaneous fat is high. My visceral fat is really good. So yeah, I'm on the lower half of average, which is fab. Muscle mass is upper end of average. That's really good. My skeletal muscle, it says, is a little bit low, but that is offset against the fat. So I often think if the fat is out, then the ratio is going to be skew with. So who knows? I don't know. I don't feel I've got a low skeletal mass. My hydration, I need to just try and get that into the green. This is what I'm going to be working on in the next few weeks. Basal metabolic rate is really good. So that's the amount of calories that I burn at rest. If I was just laid in bed doing absolutely nothing, it's just the energy your body needs to keep you alive, like with heartbeat and just basic functions. So it doesn't include any movement, any twitches, blinks, nothing like that. All those things take energy. So this is just your basal metabolic rate. You need to know what that is to be able to work out your total daily expenditure, energy expenditure, so your TDEE, and then you've got all different websites where you can work that out. It can get a bit confusing, but the main thing is you want to, the higher this number, the more food you can eat without putting weight on, basically. So that's kind of why that's good. It's a really good indicator of your metabolic health. My metabolic age, as you can see there, is 57, so it's higher than my actual age, so we're going to work on getting that down. Protein is in average. And then we've got the fat-free mass and bone mass, which I don't really pay too much attention to. I'm kind of happy with everything. So we'll have a little look at the trends, which are just the charts and graphs, which we can have a look at just to sort of compare and see how like my general journey is going. And this is quite good because, so you can see here, you've got like, you can look at your views. So you've got your weekly view, monthly view, 3-monthly view, the yearly view, and then the whole journey. So that's really nice if you look at where you began. And then like the numbers at the bottom will sort of change here. So you've got like my monthly weight loss rate there, 2.6 pounds. A month it's averaged out at, it's got your trends there, my highest recorded weight, my lowest recorded weight. Also, if I go on to like the monthly view here, so this is like my last month, but you can actually scroll, so you can keep that rolling and you can compare a bit more and just have a little look. But if we bring that back up to present date, if I go there and then back. Okay, so let's have a look at the past month. Okay, so you can see that this week I have actually sort of come down really nicely there. We'll go through all the months and then we'll have a little look at maybe the 3-monthly and just sort of see a little bit there. But yeah, my weight is definitely improving now at 10 stone 9.6. I meant to say I had set a range of between 10 stone and 10 stone 8.4 of like my buffer range of like high-low maintenance weight. So I'm only fractionally over that now, 1.2 pounds over my target. So that's good. BMI, again, you can see there it's just really improved this past month. A big improvement from last week to this week. Body fat, now this is interesting. So even though I've lost weight, it says my body fat has gone up. Now, I wonder if this is because my hydration levels have gone down. So I do wonder if it, how well hydrated you are will potentially affect your results on these smart scales. I just find that really interesting that even though I've lost weight, it says my body fat has increased. So that's interesting. We'll see what happens next week. I just feel, is that a glitch? I kind of feel it might be, I don't know. My subcutaneous fat is also reflected in that, so it's gone up. Visceral fat is just a constant and remains the same. My muscle mass has dropped off slightly this week. Skeletal muscle has dropped off slightly. My hydration has dropped off, which I kind of expect after a weekend of alcohol and whatnot. Basal metabolic rate has dropped off, but then I am losing weight again. Metabolic age is the same. Protein, pretty much the same. Fat-free mass has just dropped off slightly. My bone mass is constant. Looking back at my weight, just to have a quick look through here. So you can see there over the last 3 months, it's been a real wibble wobble, wibble wobble. You can press on the little white, like the circle dots here, and it will give you like from October, from the 5th to the 11th, 10 stone 10.4. Oh, there we go. I've got another one there. Just missed that out. There we are. So that's today's, between the 12th and the 18th. I'm 10 stone 9.6. On that one, 10.10. When was I last? It's a while. So July, last week in July, I was 10 stone 9. That ties in roughly with when my mum and dad came and lived with us. So that's really interesting. Finally, I feel maybe I'm starting to sort of focus on myself a little bit more. So that's really good. So that's the last 3 months there. You can see my weight's doing well. Again, you can see on my BMI there as well. That's also there, sort of like 24.9. That was 24.9. That was August the 3rd to August the 9th. So I'm the same as what I was there. So yeah, really happy with that. Again, body fat's just up and down, wibbly wobbly. These are just the 3 month views. Kind of just sort of shows you. It gives you a little bit more of what's going on. There's my muscle mass. No great changes really with anything. See, like your skeletal muscle and the body water, those charts are identical. So it just shows, I think, that hydration does affect the readings. Basal metabolic rate. I would like to, as my weight comes down, I'd like to start improving my basal metabolic rate if I can, and also reduce my metabolic age if I can. So yeah, that's all of those things there. Is there anything else on here we could have a little look at? It's got my body fat percentage there, 35%. Body fat, obviously I could do with trying to improve that a wee bit more as well. Now, let me turn this off and we'll have a little chat. I'm going to try and keep it fairly short, try and keep it under the 30 minutes if I can. So I had said I was going to be like wanting to start back with my exercise and things. Obviously I'd been away last weekend, so I need to just really pull my finger out. It's Wednesday now today, and I haven't done anything this week yet. So I was just busy Monday, doing a lot of shopping in that, so I've got loads of really good food in the house again. I did track my calories yesterday and I was well within my calories. I don't normally track my calories now, you know, in maintenance, but I'm definitely going to be doing a couple of days a week tracking. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye on my daily vlogs. I'll make sure I mention in the titles when I'm tracking and things, or I'll pop it in the thumbnail or something. And it's just good just to sort of remind myself, and just it's good just to remind myself about portions, protein and things like that. But yes, I do need to get that. I've got a really busy week again, but it's just, see, it's excuses, isn't it? I spoke about this last week. I just need to factor in half an hour of my day, which I certainly can do. But yeah, that is where we're at. So I'll be back next week with my next weigh-in, and it'll be my second week of 7.5 milligrams. So hopefully it might be like a day earlier with a bit of luck. Try and get back a bit sort of filming on a Tuesday rather than on a Wednesday, or at least have my weigh-in on the Tuesday. But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy. I've lost nearly £1 this week, 0.9 pounds. and I've been away to London. So and it's the best weigh-in I've had in ages. So I do think that potentially that increased dose, even though I haven't felt any sort of more suppression or anything, maybe it is actually working on my insulin and inflammation and things, you know, like behind the scenes, and has helped with my weight loss. So yeah, I mean, I'm just happy. It has been a really good week for me. So thank you for watching. Let me know how you've got on. Take care, and I'll see you all in my next video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye for now.